I think again, the album cover relates to the record being kind of a nocturnal vibe. Like the decisions and things you say at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. are vastly different than how you see the world at 10 a.m. So it's kind of like a Stagecoaches Become Pumpkins kind of vibe. And I had just seen Science Asleep, and we wanted to kind of create a room that had the fourth wall revealed, but had this very surreal quality to it. And Fall Out Boy's always kind of had these like kind of summer daytime windows down anthems, and we went with a little bit of a different kind of idea, and so the record cover kind of reflects it. And it like reflects like when we were growing up, and like when you're younger and you hear crickets outside your house in the suburbs and stuff, and like picturing the crickets to be like 4 feet big and stuff like that.
For me, I first knew I wanted to be a musician probably like when I was like a little kid, and my grandma got me this a Metallica box set that has swears in it. The Live, Stuff, Binge and Purge box set.
Mine was Metallica too. When I got Ride the Lightning on vinyl, I knew what I wanted to do.
My dad used to have this guitar. Well, he still has it, and I used to try and play it all the time, but my hands were too small, so I just wanted to play drums. Because I get really frustrated at it, and I just like...
Oh, and I remember Cliff 'em All. And they like
Oh, yeah,
steal
I think
beer
so.
from the gas station. I was like, man, I could steal beer. And like,
And it's like
be a little
steal
kid,
it.
drink beer. But I don't drink, so.
I think mine was
That's
watching that one Russian skater. I can't remember her name.
Moscow.
Oh, yeah, you told me.
Yeah, in like the 80s, and she skated to Bad. She came out and she had the leather jacket on, and I was like, I want to be in a band. I don't know why. It just looked awesome. I can't explain it. The last couple of years that the Honda Civic tour has gone out, we've been able to see these bands that we thought were really cool and we're friends with, like Good Charlotte and Newfound Glory and Dashboard Confessional, and we wanted to be a part of a tour like this, and we wanted to be part of. We went to those shows and we saw that it was cool, and it was a great atmosphere, and it was a cool actual partnership. Lots of times when you go out and do something with a corporation, you feel like that you're just being pushed over and rolled over, and it feels like a great partnership. And so we wanted to be a part of that tour, and we talked to our manager, and then some people called some people, and then we're here.
Here we are. Beep, beep, vroom.
I really think the best thing about having a hybrid car is that when I go to these environmental action meetings, I can pick up the babes there. Like, I got a hybrid. Come on out.
Yeah, I mean, for me too. I can take a girl instead of to Taco Bell, maybe to a little bit more expensive restaurant with the money that I save.
I mean, a completely serious answer for me is that I mean, like, you save a ton of money on gas with gas prices being insanely high right now. I do not want to own a gas guzzling car.
I think more than anything, it's just important right now to try and minimize emissions and things like that, and try and do your little part or whatever. So I think everyone needs to at least think about a hybrid at some point.
I just like the word hybrid because it's always like
Makes
it's a wolf bear hybrid.
It makes you
Like,
think of some
fuck
kick-ass
yeah,
animal.
dude. Yeah, dude. Some crazy shit from like cartoons we used to watch and
Shark
stuff.
Bowl.
Yeah.
It's we think it's really important to connect with our fans because I think always wanted to be able to be connected with the bands that we liked, and we were able to connect with a lot of bands that we used to go see at shows and stuff, and we feel like that there's a lack of that, and I feel like it's cool to get to know your fans, and it's cool for them to get to know who you are too.
It's also the capacity for anybody to be able to do it, and we just like to get out there and let people know who we are, because when they figure out how mundane we are, they realize, oh, cool, like I can do this too, like any dude in any city, in any sitting in a in front of a video game right now, like bored.
I mean, like, we try to let,
directionless can be in a band.
Totally. I mean, like, we try to let kids know that, I mean, you don't have to be the most insanely you don't have to be the most insane musician, and all you need to do is just put like your 100% of your heart into it to be able to do it, and you can just be like the most normal dude in the world.
I mean,
That's
how
what
to
we
be
do.
as good looking, huh?
Yeah.
I think one of the best things about it is that it serves as a barometer for how your fan base and how your fans feel about you. It's like when we were going to do our arena tour, we knew that we were going to be playing a lot bigger rooms, and we knew like some of our old fans would probably have some like misgivings about it, and we thought that we would ask our fans what were the most important things to them, and really it was like it came down to ticket price, and a lot of our fans wanted to be on the floor, so we designed our tour basically to have the tickets as cheap as possible and have as much floor space as possible, and you weren't able to do that, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and I think that that's something that's really cool, that you can stay really tight with your fan base and, still, have sold millions of records. Like imagine, I don't know, talking to Robert Smith on the internet, that'd be insane. I mean, I think one of the reasons we decided to customize the car the way we did is because as far as our band goes, we're pretty hands-on and we want to be involved in every aspect of our careers. We, from everything from writing the video treatments to helping produce the records, and this is one more extension of it, and the design for the car was actually based on the record art that we had, and we wanted a dark car and then like some art that would stand out on top of that, whether it be like the stars or like we put the unique Fall Out Boy logo on the hood, and then on the interior of the cars there's the Audix mic as the stick shift, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
gear shift. We don't know about cars, but yeah, but just things that were really personal to us, and obviously we wanted to do a more eco-friendly car as well.
If I could go back in time to see any concert in history, it would be Prince, the Vanity Six, and the Time, circa, what was that? Is that the Purple Rain tour? I believe it is, and that would have probably been the best show in history ever, period.
I would have seen Metallica with Cliff Burton in it.
I think I'd go back and see the Sex Pistols last show, probably.
Yeah, I'd want to see like Pantera back when they were like a hair metal band. For real.
When it's the Panther dude surfing with the...
Like before Phil sang for that band, just to see what it was like.
I think my favorite album cover of all time is Lou Reed Transformer, because it's just a picture of the guy, but like that guy alone, you could, at that particular time in his life, you could have snapped any picture of him and that would have been it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just the image going into the camera is like that impressive and that strange. Or the other one I like a lot is Tom Waits' Rain Dogs, where he was in Sweden and was looking at a photo exhibition, and he found this picture of a mental patient that looked exactly like him. And so he put that as the cover of his record, and everyone thinks it's Tom Waits, but it's not. It's this mental patient that looks exactly like him.
Let me think. I liked this band, American Nightmares record cover. I just think, I don't know, it just stuck with me for a long time. And then I like a lot of the Smiths and Morrissey stuff.
I like all the Smiths covers too.
Yeah, the Morrissey stuff I really like because I think it definitely is a ballsy move to put yourself on so many covers.
He puts himself on every cover and it's amazing.
But it's really cool.
Especially You Were the Quarry, where it's just him with the Tommy gun. Or the violin.
Yeah, or like actually like the cover of Mita's Murder, the Smiths' Mita's Murder.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of don't believe in the guilty pleasure. I think if there's anything that you like, you should be okay with liking it. Like, I've got ABBA, I've got Christina Aguilera.
Nothing wrong with ABBA.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about that. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with it.
ABBA, yeah.
Like, dude, anything that you think is good is probably good, even if like, you know, anybody else saying it's lame is just them being uncomfortable with it. So.
Here's the thing,
I listen to Wilson Phillips though, and I am uncomfortable with that. I'm uncomfortable with talking to people about it.
I listen to Hall & Oates. Private Eye is like one of my favorite songs. And see, nobody's stoked on that.
Huh? Private Eye is good. The video's not good, but the song is really good.
The song's so good.
Private Eyes, I want you. But the thing where they're in the trench coats.
It's so bad.
Watching. Yeah, it's a good video, dude.
I was watching that Simpsons last night where it's like Lisa on stage with like Oates and like it's all like the B dudes and like every band. Oh, that was funny that I said that.
He was obsessed with Hall & Oates right now. It's Travis.
Really?
Yeah,
He's your
been
boy
obsessed.
on that.
I'm not like obsessed. It's like
Dude, he's a nerd about it, dude. He had the Jesus make up this like a sidekick screen for him that like his thing is all Hall & Oates.
I don't like Hall & Oates that much. Like
Trevi's like into it.
Like
for
I
real.
hate Man Eater. I don't like that song
I
at
kind of
all.
like that song.
It's a good song, but I just like, it's like I'm just sick. I'm just like ultimately sick of it.
Daryl Hall's got a good voice. Okay, here we go, guys. Bad haircut.
Yeah.
The thing about John Hughes movies, especially when asking dudes, is every dude in the universe thinks he's Lloyd Dobler at some point in his life.
Yeah, to me.
Straight up. Yeah, no, I never related to him either. But like all my friends were always like, that's so me. Lloyd Dobler is me.
I think that the character I'd most like to be would be Ferris from, whatever.
It's kind of you in a weird way.
Yeah,
I'm
I guess-
definitely his best friend.
Yeah,
for sure.
like, it's probably Ferris and Cam, I guess.
I'm
They're-
definitely Cam.
Except for getting sick all the time.
Yeah. No. When the car falls out of the.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love
man,
I love the hem seats.
Yeah.
I actually
I actually think that's really cool.
the thing that I like a lot is I tend to drive cars that goes low gas, and I like that it's a hybrid. I think that's cool. I don't know.
It is really cool. I mean, it gets like 50 miles to the gallon.
That was something that was important to all of us. Like, and
Yeah.
Patrick
Yeah.
brought it up the most, but
I mean, like
definitely-
the entire car, just the fact that the inside's like, you know, the floors and the seats and everything's made out of hemp. It's very environmentally sound for
yeah.
for an automobile.
So when I redesign it and get all fox fur for everything, it's dynamic and full of hits.
Our sound is musical.
We always kind of called ourselves softcore, but I don't know.
I think we definitely come from like melodic hardcore, but then I think there are like elements that, there's elements of metal and R&B and hip hop and just weird things that come together, and that's really what makes us.
Music has an all over the board influence.
Like from everything from
Rap-
Metallica to
from-
Tracy Lords.
From
Exactly.
like Raffi. I love that guy.
Okay, I know. If I wasn't in Fall Out Boy, I would want to be in what is it? The Jim Jones? What is that thing?
Which,
The one from Dig.
oh, the Brian Jonestown
Brian
Massacre.
Jonestown Massacre. Yeah, I'd want to
I was
be.
just gonna say.
Yeah, I'd want to be in that band.
In fact, you
because-
probably could have been
Yeah,
in it for
you're
like
just
a
gonna
minute.
get punched out on stage for sure.
Punched out on stage, and you wouldn't be in it for more than like a week.
Yeah,
So.
I would definitely want to be in that. It's kind of based on our album art. Our new record kind of has a bit of like a nocturnal theme to it, but not in a like gothic, scary way. Kind of more like Goodnight Mooney, and so we kind of tried to incorporate that. Oh, it's a sweet paint job.
Got done in this place. It just paints.
Paint job on the car
Home Depot.
is stars, clocks, an amalgamation of these things.
Stuff from the
This?
from the album art.
I think the paint job is cool because it actually pops out of the car because the car is, obviously
Yeah, it's
all
like-
black, and that's the thing that you can kind of see on it. And the logo that we used, the Fall Out Boy logo, is just designed specifically for this right now. I don't think we're even going to use it on anything else. So,
One of a kind.
one of a
And it's
kind.
got the clandestine logo embroidered.
on
Embroidered
the
on the
seats.
headrest.
heads of the
Yeah.
seats, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So you can, yeah.
Dream.
I think that as we've gotten to know people at Honda and more about the history of Honda, we've learned that it seems like pretty environmentally friendly and pretty globally conscious, and that's something that we always take into account when we're talking to companies and talking to corporations about partnering up with them. And so that was something that was, I guess, a check on the pros list on the side of Honda.
It's the celebration of food.
Did you really take her out? I mean, like.
If I could take, if I could take Samantha. What era Samantha Fox are we talking here?
Pinnacle. Let's
I
say
think if we could
peak.
if I could take Samantha Fox out when I was really into Samantha Fox, I'd probably be like 13, and we would go to the mall and hang out there. And
Let's
then
go to the arcade!
You're
go to-
taking it
we would then go to the skating rink where we would do couple skate together, and then I think she would probably go home.
We try to in our spare time we try to hang out super hard, It's like as hard as anyone could possibly can.
Rippers, dude.
Yeah, we rip.
I don't know. I think we're a pretty boring band.
Yeah, we're real boring.
I hang out with my dog in my spare time,
And I hang out with his dog in my spare time too.
yeah.
I read comics. I watch Battlestar Galactica, Lost, Heroes, Friday Night Lights, The Office.
I play instruments.
End of story.
I play music when I'm not playing music. So
That's true.
Well, one of the reasons this tour is going to be special for our fans is we're going to practice the songs before we go out there. So the
I'd
first,
actually know them by now.
so the first week of shows won't be terrible.
We're gonna play them well good. I mean, we always try to like. I think like all of our tours are real special because we always try to be like we always try to interact with our fans, with like the crowd as much as we can, which is always. I think it's a lot more fun than just watching a band and kind of like feeling like you're 10 miles away from them.
And at the same time, like the bands we grew up on were bands from the 80s where there was a ton of production, and it seems like that went away for a little while, and being able to do a big tour and do cool kind of like production. But I think at the same time it's stuff that's very unique to Fall Out Boy, and we have some ideas that we're probably not going to let out right now, but we're definitely excited.
We are fans of Vincent Van Gogh, and I don't know anyone that really dislikes Vincent Van Gogh's work.
I think more than anything, it was a quote of his that kind of summed up the record for us. I like to talk about that, but
Yeah, he. The cool thing about Vincent Van Gogh's life is that he wrote a series of letters to his brother and his sister, but a bunch of them to Theo were really cool. And the thing I like about it is because it's kind of like the clockmaker letting you see inside the clock, and you can, then compare what he's writing to his pictures, or whatever. And I think that this record kind of serves the same purpose for Fall Out Boy, me and Patrick were talking about, and it kind of lets you see the inner workings of the whole last year of our lives. And it comes from a quote that's, be clearly aware of the stars and infinity on high, and then this life seems almost enchanted after all. And the quote just really stuck with me, and everybody kind of
did we
agreed.
put that on the car actually?
The quote's on the car.
The quote is on the car.
Right on the hood. So
Yeah.